All right, hi guys, welcome back to OFN Unleashed, and today we're going to talk about a topic that we get a lot of questions on quite often in our vlogs. So we thought we would talk first a little bit about our multiple businesses and kind of how we got started, maybe a little bit of advice to go along with that. And then two, we get questions sometimes in regards to like finances, how we manage money, and if we have any advice, especially for like younger families or inspiring entrepreneurs and that sort of thing.
Yep. So I'll give you a little bit of a background, I guess, on us from where we used to be to where we're at now, and it wasn't always fun. I mean, obviously, I had a job, a decent job, paid well, but we like to buy things, which we still do, right? So Candi's a stay-at-home mom at the time, and I'm working at an engineering firm.
This was back right when we got married.
Yeah, this is back when the kids are younger. So we have 4 kids. We're in the old house, and we got ourselves into some credit card debt. 40 grand, maybe.
Yeah, I think at the one time we had our house,
2 cars,
and probably 4 credit cards.
4 credit cards.
Like one had a $12,000 balance, and I don't even know. And what did we even spend money on?
Everything. I mean, it's if any of you are watching, just even like a trip to Costco. I mean, you can go in and drop $300-400.
Yeah. So we were using credit cards to live.
Yeah.
It would be like, I want to say at one point, let's just go back to the time frame maybe when the kids were like 2, 4, 6, and 11, 12, whatever age.
Sure.
Okay, kids were little. I'm stay-at-home mom.
One income.
You're working.
One income, right?
You made decent money. But
I did.
We just love to shop.
We love to have nice things.
We
right?
love to spoil our kids.
Yes.
We actually probably spoiled our kids as much back then, almost as much as we do today. But we had no business doing so.
Correct.
Christmases were still just as crazy.
Probably more so back then.
You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
Buying the kids ride-on toys and things like that, and we didn't have the money for it. So what did we do? We used credit cards.
Credit cards. We'll pay it off. I mean, because that's kind of how I was younger, is live by the seat of my pants and we'll figure it out. You know, if you spend it, you'll make it. That's always been kind of my philosophy. I converted her. She was always a conservative, save everything, do it right, and I ruined her by that aspect. Which
my dad always says that too.
That I ruined you? Yeah, absolutely.
That I was such a saver.
Yep, and I ruined it, but...
we always did that one thing too. Remember, it was like, oh well, when we get our tax refund, we'll pay it off.
Which we did. That's what everybody still does.
And we did a lot of like, oh, we need new furniture. We'll do 12 months same as cash.
Right?
We always were good with that.
Right.
Though. We would divide it up, pay the 100 or whatever it needed to be per month to have it paid off within the 18 months.
Which
or
is
whatever
probably a lot of families probably still still do that kind of stuff today. So. Before I get into the businesses and stuff like that, so the approach we'd like to give you is how to work on that. And I think the easiest way is you pick one bill. Right. So what I think you should do is pick one credit card or one bill that you have, and that becomes your priority. So the other ones become minimal payment, whatever you can get to it so you don't get in trouble, and then the other one's a double payment. So I think that's your focus and before you know it, that one will be gone. And the key is not to use them anymore. Once it's paid off, it gets cut in half.
But do you know how many times you used to tell me to do that, and I would always save one for just in case?
Yeah, no kidding. Vacations or something like that.
Just in case, sure.
But then comes also the high risk, high reward of having businesses. So I think we have 4 businesses right now. I've had one since I've been in my 20s. I worked for a billboard company for a receivership that had folded. Or not folded, we sold the assets to 2 more companies, and I went to work for them and was selling a bunch of stuff, and they weren't paying us. So at that time I ended up settling for 80 cents on the dollar. We're still dating at the time. I took that 80 cents on the dollar and bought her engagement ring, and that's when I started my first company, which was just doing billboard advertising, selling space. I set up an LLC, filed paperwork, etc. So we still have that today. It's not quite as robust as it used to be, but
I want to say back in the years when we were married and having kids, one point, it probably made what, a couple $1,000s a
Yep,
month?
yep.
And that was kind of my justification to be a stay-at-home mom. It's like, well, I'm gonna do this billing, and I really didn't have to do a whole lot.
Right,
It only
sure.
took a very small amount
Right.
of time. But I'll do the accounting and stuff for your business, make sure everybody pays every month. We pay who we have to pay every month. $2,000 a month. If I went to work and then had to pay daycare, I wouldn't have made
Right.
more than that.
But
So
it
that
was
kinda how
it
we
was more
figured that
important for
out.
me because I grew up with my mom was a stay-at-home mom. It was important for me for Candi to be home with the kids as long as they were, in school
Yeah.
or at home. When Blake was home and Andrew's at school, et cetera. And then we got to the point where Candy's like, okay, the kids are all going to be in school. I'm not going to sit here, all day long and do nothing. I really don't want to go into the workforce. And that's when I was still working at the engineering job, and she Googled top 10 businesses to start at home. She's like, I want to help you do something. And I'm pretty much, tell me what it is and I'll go after it, right?
And we had kind of said that we wanted to start a business by the time once all the kids were in school, we wanted to start a business. So I didn't have to go back to work for someone else. We
Right.
wanted to work for ourselves.
Right.
But we ended up doing it, 2 years prior to her going back to school?
Yep,
We
yep.
did it a little bit earlier than what we kind of had thought, because we had this idea and we're like, we don't need a lot of money to start this up, so let's just do it.
The top 10 businesses to start at home. We do physician recruiting.
I think you closed your first job. How long did it take?
Oh, I don't know, three months, something.
Which, that's amazing.
Right, because
honestly.
what we ended up doing is putting a lien on our house and pulling the equity out that paid us for, our plan was for
Yeah.
8 months to a year.
What was that, like $40,000?
Something
or
like that. I think I
that?
cashed in some of the 401k.
Yeah.
No, 401k came later.
Later.
So feast or famine, guys. There were times that we made lots of money, and there were times when we made no money.
Yeah, basically how the recruiting business works, if you're a contingency company, you only get paid when a doctor actually takes the job and starts work.
Working, right.
And I would say on average, you're recruiting physicians, you're sending out hundreds of them per year. And I used to work and help
Yeah,
them
she
search.
didn't like working for me,
I
but
did not like
I was a
it,
jerk.
but-
She said,
I cried many times.
I know we had lots of
Or in the earlier years.
lots of coming to Jesus conversations, I'm sure.
But so you'd send hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and maybe close 10 to 15 a year.
Right.
And you would only get paid for those 10 to 15. So you worked a lot for free, but when you got paid, you got paid.
Big ticket,
big amount of money.
So we did that. We took the risk, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing of starting a business. Most people don't do. Most people I'm going to a job, I'm getting a paycheck, I have benefits, I'm not, and that's the thing is we took these risks, okay, to where we're at today, which, you guys obviously can see where we're at, but from the recruiting business then, is how we came into our family nest, because when I worked at the engineering firm, Candi used to blog about the kids, take pictures, do their diary, all that stuff, and that's
Nobody ever really read my blog.
right. So then,
Just friends and
yep.
whatever.
So then YouTube kicked up, and she used to watch it all the time. And I'd yell at her, "Get back to work! I need doctors." But then, she started doing the whole YouTube thing, and it was kind of then.
Yeah, we've told the story many times. Basically, short story, we didn't get paid a dime until after we had like over 100 and some videos. We were doing it for fun, and next thing you know, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm
making money.
I just made $40 this month, and then 40 became 200, and 200 became 500.
Sure.
First year, I think got paid from September to December. I made like $800. Second year, then it was more, and then it was finally like, I'm not working for you anymore
Right.
because I'm making my own money. And
Right.
that was pretty cool, because it always felt like it was your business and I was working for you, and so now this is kind of like
Yep.
my business.
Which we still do the recruiting, and it's not because we keep working because I can't sit and do videos all day long. That's just not my thing. And Candi's got her store now, Ivy and Sage, which is our fourth business, and that's
Yeah.
to kind of help with the future. We're always planning, we're always preparing. I don't want you to sit and think that, we're just money hungry people, but we're always trying to prepare for the next step in our lives.
Yeah, I think you learn, even like with our recruiting business, we went through some pretty hard times where money just wasn't coming in as often as it needed to be. There were times when we talked about closing the business and both of us going back into the like normal
Workforce.
And we've just been through enough hard times that when YouTube became such a success for us, we do a lot of things to prepare for the worst. Like we've been investing and putting away money every month for over 3 years now. Because we know the scary risk of YouTube or any job, any career. Right. It could be gone tomorrow. Multiple different things can happen. We don't want to ever be in that position again. And so
what I want our next step to be is to have something that we're both doing that we love doing on a daily basis, not for the money, but because we love doing it.
Well, that's the crazy thing. And I know we've gotten negative feedback with the Ivy and Sage clothing thing, and I think the people who really truly know me and know my heart know that yes, there is a security factor behind it, but there's also that factor of me. I like to have goals and things I work towards. And the funny thing is when we started the business, Ken was supposed to kind of be helping me with it and helping me process orders and do all this stuff.
She's not good at delegating,
and
guys.
I just love doing it.
She does,
and what's crazy, it's like I could be down there packing orders and make pennies compared to the amount of if I would put like more effort into my videos, which just proves that it's not just about, oh, I'm down here because I'm making all this money.
No, it's
I'm
about
down here because I
and passion.
love it. It's
love
just
and passion, right? And you know, the same with the recruiting business. I still do it. It's not the same as what it used to be. Healthcare has changed dramatically. I'm sure if anyone knows, it has changed. The recruiting business isn't as easy. Guys like me don't exist anymore. Our biggest clients used to be small hospitals, 50 beds to 100 beds. They didn't have recruiting departments, so it was perfect for us. And the only reason I've been able to sustain our business is because I have some really good relationships that I built over the years, and I've gotten pretty good at it. I know what to look for now, what's not a good candidate, what a client needs. You know, I've gotten better. But what we usually do with this business are all the bonuses. Hey, I need a driveway, or I need this. So I'm responsible for all the fun and cool stuff that you guys see going on. Comes from me. She's in charge of paying the bills and investing.
But it used to be reversed.
It did.
For the longest time, YouTube was kind of like, oh, we'll go on vacation, or you know, like I mentioned earlier, we were using it to save and invest and start retirement, because that's one piece of advice. Any of you guys. So one piece of advice we wanted to share, because we did say we wanted to give you guys some tips, just that things we've learned from experience. Whenever you start to get in a position where you have a little bit of extra money, the first thing you do is pay off any and all debt that you have. Now that we're kind of like a dual income household, we don't have credit card debt. We haven't had credit card debt for years. And we're to the point in our lives,
if we don't have it, we don't pay for it.
Yeah, if there's a trip or there's something to do or something someone wants, if we don't have the money, we're not buying it. And we I pray to God that we don't ever have to be back like it was back in the day.
But mind you, you guys think, oh, famous YouTubers, we're just like you guys. We put our pants on the same way. We have budgets.
Yes.
We still balance our checkbook. It's just not thrown. I know we get to buy and do cool stuff and all that, but it is still budgeted. It is still planned.
Yeah.
So our kind of next steps are two things. One, obviously our kids are getting older, so eventually we'll be downsizing. Will we stay here in this house? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It all depends on how things go. But here's what I'm looking for, and hopefully maybe you guys can help me out, because this is where I struggle. In my opinion, I can do anything, right? And that's the attitude you have to have when you're starting your own business. I can do this. I'm going to work at it, and I'm going to grind. So I'm looking for my next idea. So the physician recruiting, right, is it gets boring at times. Like I said, I love my clients. I love what I'm doing, but I'm looking for my next kind of gig. Biggest problem, I can't come up with any ideas. I don't know if it's because I'm getting too old or I just can't figure out what's next. So I have the gift of gab, the sales techniques, and I can start up any business. So maybe one of you can be part of it and give me a good idea, and we'll give you kudos later on if I can make it happen. I know I'm poaching, right? It's poaching.
I think Ken is jealous that Candi gets to do things that she loves and is passionate about.
I'm fine. I need to find something new to do. So
yeah,
I'm always looking for ideas. But hey, thanks for watching us today, guys. That's OFN Unleashed episode. We'll see you next Tuesday. Comment below the questions we asked. thumbs up this video and let us know if you like watching us unleashed. Take
All
care.
right, thanks.
Bye.